Hello everyone, how you going? And welcome to Christmas in Canada, celebrations, traditions, foods and events, and I'm sure just everything in between. Now obviously, we're coming up with Christmas, or actually it might be Christmas, I'm not entirely too sure, but I just really want to know what the differences are. I mean, I guess Australia is kind of the outlier because we do kind of have Christmas in the summer, but at the same time, let's just see what Canada can do.
Hey, this is Yulia and welcome back to my channel. First of all, happy holidays! Finally, it's Christmas time and today we'll be talking about Christmas, holidays, winter in Canada. So if you're interested in learning more about Christmas traditions, things people do in winter, then keep on watching. The preparations for New Year's, for Christmas start as early as in November, because when the stores change the displays, then it's Christmas time officially. Some of the stores like Dollarama, they would change their shelves even like in October. It's not even Halloween yet, they already selling Christmas stuff.
Oh god, no, please. Those shops just absolutely need to just calm down, because there is no way, or there is no one in this world that should be celebrating Christmas in October, because like she said, there hasn't even been a whole bundle of things. I mean, I don't know if there's celebrations for Thanksgiving, and I don't even know if that's really a thing in Canada, but either way, the fact is that you haven't even had Halloween yet. And so what do they do with that? Are they doing Halloween back in February, or just when does that actually just get rolled out? Either way, the entire thing is just so weird and twisted. Like, you should just not be putting things up before December, I think.
This happens simply because Christmas is huge in Canada. So in November, all the stores transform into winter wonderlands and people start shopping for Christmas gifts. The main name for the shopping is obviously Black Friday, because you can get stuff cheaper, faster. Well, I mean, back in the days, now it's all delayed because of the COVID.
Oh wait, what do you mean faster? How does the day actually impact anything like that? I would actually think that, oh, okay, sorry, we're out of stock, you're gonna have to be waiting. I don't know how it would make you faster. I mean, especially given the fact that, like she just said, a lot of things are going to be ordered online, and so the online and postal services are just getting smashed at the moment. It's like, oh, sorry, we're experiencing some delays, and then it comes 2 months later.
Starting from mid-November, we have different kinds of Christmas markets, Christmas events, Christmas farms, and all that kind of stuff. As I mentioned before, Christmas is huge in Canada simply because it's the main, I guess, holiday of the year when people fly from different cities home. If someone lives in Vancouver and his or her family is in Ottawa, then the person's gonna fly to Ottawa, or like vice versa. So yeah, holiday season, Christmas season is a big deal in Canada. So what do people do in Canada during Christmas? Well, as anywhere in the world, people buy trees. It might be a fake one, an artificial tree, it might be a real one, depending on the family, depending on the person. I wouldn't say there is like a tendency to buy this ones or that ones. Our family has a fake one because it's easier to store. We have also a cat, and all this like stuff's gonna be.
Wait, what did you say? A cat?
Because it's easier to store. We have also a cat. And
a cat? I can only assume, and so I don't really know how that changes things. I mean, maybe the cat just kind of rustles up a tree, or maybe it's allergic to a tree. I don't think that's a thing, but I really don't know. I mean, I guess either way, it certainly makes sense in terms of some people have artificial trees, some people get real trees. I feel as though in Australia, not that many people get real trees, or at least that's my experience, because I just don't know. I don't know if I know anyone that has ever had a real tree. And to be honest, I don't even know where you would go to get a real tree. I mean, I'm sure someone sells it because there's going to be a market for them, but either way, like, it's just not really a thing. Maybe because they die too quickly, because it's going to be hot and it's just going to kill the tree, or what? I have no idea. And actually, I guess I wonder which one is more kind of environmentally friendly, because hopefully, let's say you're able to keep a tree, an artificial tree, for 10 years. Does that mean that it's actually going to be kind of more environmentally friendly, because obviously it's plastic, but then is it more environmentally friendly than getting a new tree every year? I really don't know the statistics or just anything about that, but like I said, I've never known anyone to get a real one, but I have heard that overseas, and definitely in the colder climates, it's a lot more common to do.
We have also a cat, and all this like stuff's gonna be on the floor, and then on the cat, and then it's gonna be in my bed. So fake tree it is.
Fair enough.
You can buy fake trees almost anywhere, starting from IKEA to Home Depot to Canadian Tire. So like basically any store will have some kind of trees. As for the real trees, you can always go to the markets, you can always go to the farms. We have special farms where you can actually go and cut your own tree. I think this is awesome, and one day I'll try that too. But for now, the fake one. We also have these corners everywhere in the city where you can actually buy a Christmas tree.
Yeah, like I said, I don't really know anyone that has ever had a real tree, but I guess it has to be somewhere out west where you can probably go to a farm, and I don't know if you'd be able to chop it down yourself, or if they're just going to kind of give it to you, or you select it, or what. But really, I feel as though there aren't that many people that would even know what to do with a real Christmas tree. It's like, oh, do I put it in a pot? Do I put it in water? Do I do nothing to it? Just what the hell do I do? And then I guess in terms of it makes sense in terms of she said, oh, we've got a cat, and so I just don't want all the pine needles going everywhere. And that certainly makes sense, even though I guess fake Christmas trees still do drop the odd thing in comparison.
We also have these corners everywhere in the city where you can actually buy a Christmas tree. You cannot just go to the forest and cut a tree and then take it home. It's illegal in Canada, because I know in Russia you could do that. Like, people did that. In Canada, people also like to decorate their places, apartments, houses. If it's a house, then people would put all the lights outside. People would also put some inflatable thingies outside, like Rudolph or Santa or like,
Yep.
I don't know. There are so many options available on the market that like you can literally find whatever you want. One of the Christmas traditions here in Canada is advent calendars. What is an advent calendar? Well, wait a second. Advent calendar is basically something that helps you count days till Christmas. So you have 24
Wait, hang on a second. What the hell? Oh, wait, no, it's not actually just an in-order one. I feel as though the only ones I've ever really seen are in-order ones, and really, I don't know how big they are in Australia. I mean, I guess I've certainly seen them in terms of kids' things and whatnot, but I certainly don't feel as though they're like a must-have every single Christmas. Everyone gets one. No, it's just kind of, oh, yeah, that's right, there's some chocolates in there, because really, let's be honest, I feel as though, regardless of the novelty of the entire thing, everyone would rather just get a block of chocolate and be done with it. And then also, coming back to...
you want.
She was talking about Christmas lights, yes, like things like this, we've definitely got this in Australia. I mean, the entire idea of Christmas doesn't really line up in Australia because, you know, you've got a snow floor. There is no snow on the floor anywhere in Australia, I don't think, around Christmas time whatsoever. I mean, you might be able to go to the top of Mount Kosciuszko or something, but other than that, there's just no snow. And so it always is a little bit funny to everyone just going, okay, so we're putting up these random things. You might be putting up lights and Christmas trees, but you have to go out at like 10 p.m. because otherwise you can't even see the lights because it doesn't get dark until 9. And so it really is just this random mix of all these different things where you're going, hang on a second, I guess we're just accepting it, but it just really shouldn't even be here in the first place.
Advent calendar is basically something that helps you count days till Christmas. So you have 24 thingies. In this case, it's gin. I also have my advent calendar with like...
Did she say...
facial...
Wait, did she say gin?
Thingies. In this case, it's gin. I also have my advent calendar with like facial
I didn't know
stuff,
that was
like
a thing.
and stuff. So basically, each morning you wake up, you open your advent calendar, and it means it's minus 1 day till Christmas.
Damn, I had no idea there was anything besides chocolate, and so yeah, that's news to me. I mean, I guess that kind of just cements the idea in terms of what I was saying. I don't really know if it's a massive thing in Australia because I don't really feel as though we got gin and I don't know, all these products and all these other things. It's just chocolate as far as I'm aware.
You can always get an advent calendar from a store. If you like a certain brand, you can always check if they have any calendars. Some people will hand the stockings and then put tiny gifts every day for their kids, let's say. So the kid wakes up and sees a gift and like, yay, Christmas coming.
Every single day? No, man, that's just not going on.
Tiny gifts every day for their kids, let's say. So the kid wakes up and sees a gift and like, yay, Christmas coming, something like that. As seen in the movies, people do a lot of shopping during holiday season. We have Santas in the malls, so basically you can take your kid, go to Santa, make a wish, have fun. People also go ice skating. We have some indoor ice rinks. We also have outdoor ice rinks, so you can pick whichever is better for you. People also watch a lot of Christmas movies, Christmas TV shows, make cookies, all the traditional stuff. Official Canadian holidays are the Christmas Day, 25th of...
Whoa, here we go. This is just outlining everything I can only imagine. All the way from obviously New Year's Day, that makes sense, and then a whole bundle of obviously, I guess, Canadian New Year ones, St. Patrick's Day's even in there, Good Friday, Easter Monday, yeah, that makes sense. Discovery Day, okay. All the way down to, okay, actually Thanksgiving is actually in there, second Monday in October, that makes sense. So I never even knew that that's when it was. And then, yeah, Christmas Day, Boxing Day as well. Okay then. Well, obviously, yeah, there are a whole bundle of things, like obviously we also have the Easter kind of days, and then New Year's Day makes sense, and then the Christmas one, but we just don't have Thanksgiving. Do we have Labor Day? I don't really know if it's called Labor Day. It might just be... I don't even know, but hey, I'm sure we have something in there. We have a whole bunch of other ones, like we have Australia Day, and then we have the Queen's birthday, which I don't see anywhere in there, which is kind of interesting to me, but hey, I guess that is what it is. And then also she was talking about, where was it? Santas, I believe. Yeah, she was talking about Santas on laps, and really, even though we have that entire thing, they set up a little village in the shopping center. It's just always like, really, why do you want to go and take your kid and just stand in a line for an hour to get one photo? I mean, I guess maybe you want to do it once, but to do it every year, people that do it every year, I just cannot even comprehend why you would put yourself through that much torture, because half the time the kid is screaming anyway.
In some provinces, like in Ontario, 26th, the Boxing Day, is also a holiday, but in Quebec and other provinces, unfortunately, it's not. But again, some companies can be like, hey, guys, you can take 24th, 26th days off, you can take 2nd January off. School normally will...
2nd of January as well. I mean, actually, going back, wait, what was it? And actually, I guess in Australia this year, we have the absolute golden ratio because Christmas Day and Boxing Day fall on a Saturday and a Sunday. So then those public holidays get pushed to the next day. So we get the 25th, 26th, 27th, and 28th as all public holidays, which is just ridiculous. But hey, I'll certainly take it. But then in terms of, I guess she was talking about, what, January 2nd? I don't really know why you would have January 2nd. And then, yeah, I guess everyone's just doing their own thing.
School normally will finish around 20th. December and start around like 5th of January-ish.
How long is that? That's only 2 weeks. So that's not very long. I mean, at least Australia has that going for it. We have 6 weeks, finishing like, let's say, I mean, I guess it depends on whether or not you're going to a private school or a public school, but let's just say somewhere in the range of the 10th of December, and then we go back at almost February because it's 6 weeks off.
Again, dates change depending on the day of the week. As I've mentioned, Christmas is big in Canada, but what about New Year's? Because in some countries, we don't celebrate much of Christmas and we more of New Year people. So in Canada, New Year's Eve and like the New Year's night, it's just like a party night, basically. People go out, they meet with their friends. We also have celebrations.
They what with their friends? No, I understand.
Just like a party night, basically. People go out, they meet with their friends. We also have celebrations in the city, so you can basically go to the Old Port, watch a concert, and then watch the fireworks. But everything closes at 3 a.m. as usual. So it's not gonna be, hey, New Year's, we're gonna be open till 7 a.m. No, don't expect that. 3 a.m. you go to bed. If you're in Ontario, 2 a.m. you go
3 a.m. you go to bed. Like that, lights out, everyone.
We're gonna be open till 7 a.m. No, don't expect that. 3 a.m. you go to bed. If you're in Ontario, 2 a.m. and you go to bed. Like, no exceptions. But people still can go, let's say, to a restaurant till 3 a.m. and then go to a house party to see their friends and stay up till whatever, like 10th of January, like in Russia we do. What Christmas events do we have?
Wait, the 10th of January, holy moly. I mean, that's a hell of a longer bender or whatever you want to call it. To be able to be up for, I guess, over a week at that point, if you're up for 10 days, that just sounds like a little too much for anyone's health to be able to cope with. But either way, I guess it just, every country does it differently, you know. I'm fairly sure that in Australia, nothing really closes down at 3 a.m. That would be a little bit too early in terms of bars and clubs and all those kind of things. I mean, restaurants, maybe they're closing a little bit earlier, and some things just close down kind of at 10 p.m. because obviously they have to kind of be closed for the public holiday on the 1st or whatnot. But yeah, there was a whole bunch of things that would remain open just pretty much, and I don't even know when that shut down, but they would definitely at least be open till, I don't know, the sun comes up, if nothing else.
What Christmas events do we have here in Canada? Well, first of all, Christmas markets, as I've mentioned before. In Montreal, we have a whole bunch of different markets. In Quebec, there is a German Christmas market. I think in Ottawa they have one too, in Toronto for sure. We also have Santa Claus parades, different like Christmas parades.
Damn.
Unfortunately, this year everything's cancelled, but for the next year, you'll know.
When was this? Was this last year? Yeah, okay, this was last year. Okay, fair enough. I understand why things would be cancelled and whatnot. But no, I don't really feel as though Australia is very into parades, you know. Besides maybe, I really don't know, of a single parade, like a standard parade in terms of what I see overseas. I don't think we do a single one, and especially not around Christmas time. I mean, you might have just tiny little things, but to have an entire kind of float parade, just not gonna happen.
Also, everything is lit up, so basically the lights of Canada are lit everywhere, and there's gonna be a virtual show this year, so you can actually see what's up. There's gonna be, I think, a concert or something like that, so the link is there. Go check it out. Aside from making cookies and watching Christmas movies, we have a lot of things to do during Christmas season. So in Canada, we'll have a Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve, so on 24th, but it always depends on the family because Canada is super international. We have a lot of different nationalities. Some people don't celebrate Christmas on 24th, 25th. They celebrate it on 7th of January, like in Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, like all the like Eastern Europe. So it pretty much depends on you, on your family, on your traditions. As for us, we don't have this family dinner on 24th. We just go out somewhere. In most cases, it's either something Asian or Russian because we don't celebrate Christmas on 25th.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I feel as though Australia is probably pretty similar in terms of obviously you have kind of Chinese New Year and all those celebrations, so it's come way later. I mean, obviously that's not Christmas, but overall, yeah, you just have all of these different people from a range of different countries just celebrating their own thing throughout the entire year. Like I said, you've got Chinese New Year, then you might have this and that and this and that. I mean, I never really knew that all of Eastern Europe, I think she said, celebrates it in the New Year. That's certainly news to me, but hey, it makes total sense. You know, everyone is certainly entitled to celebrate whatever they want, whenever they want, and so, you know, if everyone just wants to be doing this date, that day for Christmas, or just not Christmas at all, then just go for it.
What do people actually eat on Christmas? Is there any traditional food, you might ask? The first one and the most important one is the turkey. Normally it's done with the stuffing inside of it, with the cranberry sauce, mashed potato on the side. As for the dessert, the traditional New Year's dessert is bûche de Noël. It's basically like a
wait, what was that? Yule log? Oh, she's about to start photos. The
traditional New Year's dessert is bûche de Noël.
I'm in pausing here. There is no way that I'm ever going to attempt to say what she just said because, well, it sounded pretty French, but at the same time, my French, it's just completely non-existent. So Yule log, let's just see what it is. There we go. I mean, I can kind of understand. To be honest, it does give off those Christmas vibes. I mean, I don't know if that's because it's being decorated with all these different bits and the kind of the, I guess, icing sugar or whatever it may be to kind of give it the frost and whatnot. But either way, I can definitely understand how something like that could be just a classic dessert or whatever you want to call it. I mean, I'm sure there was just a whole range of desserts that everyone just tucks into on Christmas night, or was it Christmas night? I guess it was. And I can only imagine it's virtually the same thing as, pavlova in Australia. Everyone virtually has a pavlova, but there's always other things if that's just what you want instead.
People also drink mulled wine, apple cider, and eggnog. Eggnog is basically like a dairy festive drink.
I just don't understand eggnog. I mean, I don't think I've ever had it, but it just doesn't sound appetizing at all. I mean, I don't know if it's the name being egg and nog. I really don't know. But overall, I mean, I guess mulled wine some people have had. And then in terms of the apple cider, I mean, I don't think I know of anyone ever having that before, but certainly eggnog is just completely off the table. No one has ever had that in Australia, I don't think.
And eggnog is basically like a dairy festive drink. Again,
Milk
I'll just
punch,
put a picture
really?
here because I don't know how to describe it. It's just like a sweet dairy thingy. That's it. In Quebec, there's
Sure.
also a dish called tourtière. It's like a meat pie. People
Ooh, here
make
we
it
go.
or buy it for Christmas.
Oh, come on. You can't be saying a meat pie and then not show me a photo. I just need to be able to compare it to something. I mean, I want to know, is it like a traditional Australian meat pie? I mean, I don't really know if that's from the British influence, but either way, a meat pie has to be a meat pie.
Yeah, it's like a meat pie. People make it or buy it for Christmas. But again, Canada is super multicultural, so sometimes the dinner might be in a form of potluck, basically when everyone brings something. Sometimes we have a potluck dinner and be like, hey,
okay.
bring something from your country. I'm from Russia, I'm gonna bring like Russian salad.
Fair
If someone
enough.
is from Ukraine, he's gonna bring like, I don't know, some Ukrainian dumplings, like варенички. So
Whoa, I didn't know there was even Ukrainian dumplings. That would just has taken a complete turn. I mean, obviously she has a lot of Eastern European influence and knowledge, I guess. I mean, she did say she was from Russia, and so maybe she's from Moscow. I'm fairly sure Moscow's on the west side of Russia, and so that would make the east side of Europe kind of have that influence. But either way, if we take a look at this, a potluck is a communal gathering where each guest or group contributes to a different, often homemade dish or food to be shared. I mean, I feel as though that's just how Australian Christmases are done. I mean, sometimes people might kind of, I guess the host does a majority of things, but I feel as though usually it's like, okay, so you're bringing the salad, you're bringing the sweets, you're bringing the this, you're bringing the prawns, whatever it may be. And so then overall, yeah, it is exactly that. Everyone just kind of comes and brings their own thing, and then everyone tucks in. It's really that simple. I think it makes everyone's life easier.
Ukrainian dumplings, like варенички. So yeah, again, it all depends on you, on your friends, on your family. As for the gifts, the gift exchange happens on Christmas in Canada. But again, me and my friends are all Russian people, so we exchange gifts on New Year's because this is
New
how
Year's,
we do
okay.
things. Also in Russia, we have New Year's and then we have Christmas, so the local Christmas doesn't work for us.
Oh, true, because she said that she celebrates it on the 7th, and so that would just kind of create a little bit of a dichotomy between, okay, do we give them now, or do we give them later, or do we give them on New Year's? Just like, when the hell are we doing all of these things? But hey, I guess in the end, everyone ends up with the same outcome, and so no one's just left hanging overall.
So yeah, but again, if you want to exchange gifts on like 28th, who cares? As long as it happens. And this is
Exactly.
it for today. This is how we celebrate Christmas here in Canada. That's what we do. Just be with your family, have fun, enjoy the time together.
That's
I
all it
wish
should
you
be.
all the best if you're celebrating any of the holidays. Well, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, like Merry everything. And I'll see you very soon. Bye!
There we go. Well, obviously that's going to be the end of the video, but no, that was just a very unique video in terms of just having, I guess, all the Eastern European and all of that influence, and then the Russian influence, and then the Canadian influence. I guess I can only assume that she lives in Canada now, which obviously has the American influence, which comes from the British influence, and so everything's just all over the place. She even said that Germany's mixed in there because they have German markets, and so wow, I don't even know where to start with the entire thing. I'm sure, like I said, everyone just gets to celebrate whatever they want, whenever they want, and everyone in the end just has a happy new year, happy everything, and realistically, that's exactly what all the holidays should be about, meeting up with friends, family, whatever it may be, whoever it may be, just meeting up with them, having a good time, and just enjoying the entire year, basically. But anyway, in saying that, I reckon I'm going to call it there, so thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to do the YouTube algorithmic things down below. Also, if this is the first video Monday watching, then maybe want to check out just any of the other Canadian videos, international videos, or anything that we've done like that, and also make sure to check out the original video in the description below. Other than that, I'm fairly sure that this is going to be going up around Christmas, so if that's something you celebrate, then Merry Christmas. If it's not, then whatever you celebrate, just merry that, or even just Happy New Year to you. And hey, you know what? Maybe you even just want to consider subscribing so that you don't miss another one of these in the future. But all in all, have a good one and see ya.